Have you ever faced a challenge so big that it tested everything inside you? Your strength, your passion, even your spirit? The Old Man and the Sea is a story about such a challenge. It is a tale of an old fisherman, a giant fish, and a battle that goes beyond just man versus nature. It is a battle of will, pride, and endurance. Written by Ernest Hemingway, this story takes us deep into the life of Santiago, a fisherman who refuses to give up even when the sea itself seems to be against him. It is a simple story, yet filled with deep meaning about fighting for what we believe in, about never surrendering, and about finding victory even in loss. So, sit back and listen as I tell you the story of the old man and the sea. Once in a small fishing village by the sea, there lived an old fisherman named Santiago. He was a strong and experienced fisherman, but for 84 days he had caught nothing. The villagers whispered about his bad luck, and the boy who loved him like a grandfather, Manolin, was forced by his parents to fish with others. But Manolin never stopped caring. Every evening he brought Santiago food and talked with him about baseball and their hero, Joe DiMaggio. There are many good fishermen and some great ones, but there is only you, Manolin told him one night. Santiago smiled. He was tired, but he still believed his luck would change. And the next morning, before the sun rose, Santiago pushed his small boat into the sea, sailing farther than ever before. Then, as if fate had heard his prayers, something pulled on his line. A giant marlin, bigger than any fish he had ever seen. But this was no easy catch. The marlin was strong. It pulled Santiago's boat for 3 days and nights, dragging him deep into the sea. The old man talked to the fish, feeling both admiration and determination. Fish, he said, I love you and respect you very much, but I will kill you before this day ends. His hands bled, his back ached, his body was weak, but his spirit unbroken. Finally, on the third day, with the loss of his strength, Santiago pulled the marlin close and struck it with his harpoon. The great fish shuddered and died. Santiago, exhausted but proud, tied it to his boat and began the long journey home. But the sea was not done with him yet. Sharks came. First, first one, then many. They smelled the blood and wanted the marlin for themselves. Santiago fought them off, striking them with his oars and stabbing them with his knife. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated, he muttered to himself, determined to keep fighting. But the sharks were too many. By the time Santiago reached the shore, nothing was left of the marlin but its skeleton. He was too tired to explain to he was too tired to explain, too weak to be angry. He carried his mast home, step by slow step, and collapsed into sleep. The next morning, the villagers saw the huge bone lying beside the boat. They whispered in awe, realizing Santiago had caught the biggest fish of his life. Manolin, seeing his old friends struggle, cried, "Now we fish together again," Manolin said, full of love and respect. Santiago had lost the marlin, but he had not lost his spirit. His story was not one of defeat, but of strength, courage, and the will to never give up. And so, the old man and the sea teaches us a lesson. True victory is not about what we win, but about how we fight.